that the yes and no guide. It kind of covers which ones are too close, like these two right here are too close to each other, this number 6, whereas the green one here, number 5, is way out on its own. It doesn't have any other circles overlapping it too much, so it's a safe bet. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use the same technique that I use on the wiki on my guide. This is probably the brightest area right here, and this circle is the closest one to it that doesn't have any other circles that are overlapping too much to it with it. So I'm going to make it the active circle. They've all pulled in together. Now I'm going to show another technique which you can get carried away with, but it helps out a lot sometimes, and that is actually pulling the circles apart first to try to get more circles involved in the mix. I want to try to get these two down here involved somehow. So what I'm going to actually do is click on it, and it's going to pull this circle, which is in our main clump, and this circle, because it's barely touching, and of course this one down here in the corner, and it's going to pull it towards this one. I might do this one more time. Okay. Now I might be able to include those two circles in our mix. So I'm going to pick this circle, since it's overlapping with the two that we're trying to pull in, and it happens to overlap with our brightest clump as well. So I'm going to click in the center of that circle. Now we're a little bit spread out. Sometimes if you're spread out in a long line and there's a circle in the middle off to I guess would be like the z-axis or something, which would be something like this circle out here, you can kind of create a Y, and the Y will be able to allow you to pull them back in a little bit. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to click this and pull them apart a little bit again. Not quite exactly what I wanted, but that's okay. I'm going to try to pull them back in again using this circle here, because it overlaps most of the circles that we want to try to get. Okay, so if I were to pull this apart any further, it would result in one long line, which is not good. So I think this is probably the best that we can do. Unfortunately, they're a little bit too spread out, and there's no good moves. For example, this circle right here on the end is overlapping too much with the next circle right in here somewhere. So we don't really have any good moves. I'm going to go ahead and crystallize it by clicking in the center of our bright batch here. And that gave us a 75%. Good rule of thumb is to not settle for anything under 70%, especially when you're first starting out. Practice makes perfect on this, and I also like to do 2 reactories. In fact, you can see I have a second reactor here. I'll have one heat up while I play the other one. And this is double F8 view, zoomed all the way in. So let's go ahead and do one more. I think I've pretty much covered the basic points. The active circle, clicking the circle that overlaps the brightest clump, and pulling circles apart to try to make more moves. Okay, this is one of the layouts that I'm not very good at. I know other people can probably do better with a layout like this, because it's very spread out, but it's still interconnected. I'm going to go with my gut though, and click this middle circle and try to pull in some of these others. So I'm going to click on the middle circle. Okay. I think I'm going to try to include this this corner circle a little bit by pulling these ones towards it. See if there's anything I can do here. Now this circle right here would have been a good move, except it's overlapping with this one too much, and that will crystallize the batch if we go with that. So what I'm going to try to do is pull this circle out a little bit by clicking on one that overlaps with it, which is this one up here. So I'm going to click the center, and I don't think we're good still. At this point I'm going to go with a more conservative approach, and I'm going to just click a circle that's overlapping our brightest batch here, which should be this one here. I like this conservative approach because it generally plays out okay, and I'm going to go ahead and include this one in the corner. Okay. Now I'm going to pull this one out a little bit, and I'm going to pull it out because it's too close to all these other ones. I'm going to pull it out with this one that's touching it. So I'm going to click that one. That should be pulled out enough, I think. So now the one that we just pulled out, this one here, we're going to make the active circle by clicking in the center of it. We're still good. The circle is the next best bet. Click in the center of it, and click in the center of that. And if we clicked on that one, it would crystallize, so I'm going to go ahead and click in the center of our batch to crystallize. And we got a 87%. Probably could have been 100%, but that's good enough. So that's a quick Reactory tutorial. I hope I was clear with everything. I tried to be as clear as I could. So if you have any questions, just chat me in game. My name's Daniels, or you can leave a comment on this video. Thank you.